The learning outcome of this module is to understand how to assign responsibilities and tasks and duties to others, and then support them to succeed. Let's get started.
We're going to talk about the action steps that can make your life easier by assigning responsibility to others and then supporting them to succeed. First, don't delegate, empower people. Delegation is the process of assigning responsibilities to others and entrusting them to do them. If you can intelligently delegate to those around you, you can grow your team, allow yourself to focus on what's most important, and remove stress from your life and from others' lives. If you delegate enough, those around you will feel empowered. They will be motivated, they'll have ownership of the product or the process or the organization, and they'll see the whole picture. Make a list of the projects that you have and the main activities that go along with them. Then think of your team and the people, resources that you have available. Who among them would be willing, able, or downright excited to take on a project or an opportunity that you can put in front of them? What we're getting at here is that you don't want to delegate bits and pieces of projects. You want to delegate a whole standalone piece of work, a real, significant chunk where the person can actually make decisions and be responsible for it. Because if you're just delegating a series of tasks, you're not empowering, you're just delegating. You want them to actually look at this opportunity as something meaningful and meaty. The next step is to walk the fine line. The word trust is important when delegating. Trusting an employee to do something means you're invested in the results of the project and willing to support the employee to succeed. Some people make the fatal empowerment mistake of setting vague expectations, like say, can you write a report for me? Or they micromanage and say, I'll check in with you every day to see how this is going. The trick about empowering rather than delegating is to make sure that you walk that fine line in between those two things so that the person really owns the work and they feel like they can be successful. They know what target they're going to hit, but at the same time, they don't feel like you're breathing over their neck and that you're just going to swoop in and take over at any time. So when you give them the project or the thing to achieve, make sure you clarify expectations, create a plan so that you're properly supporting them, and then get out of the way. The next action step is to delegate operational tasks. Operational tasks are some of the juiciest responsibilities to delegate that truly empower other people because it means they literally own certain aspects of either an organization or a process or a product or a service. Some examples of these would include like troubleshooting routine customer issues, owning that process, or making decisions on items that will improve the person's working environment, or owning tasks that are outside a person's particular level of expertise, or collecting and analyzing data, being the person who's responsible for being the brain trust of a project or process. The thing about it though, is when you're delegating these big juicy tasks, you want to make sure that the person who you're giving it to has the capability and the capacity to actually perform. And even if they say they can do it, make sure you check out, have they been able to deliver in the past? Are they going to be able to grow and develop the muscle necessary to actually complete the task? Next, check on interest and discuss the details. When you have identified a suitable person to delegate a task to, talk with them about it. Introduce what you want to delegate, to them with, saying something like, I have a great opportunity for you. And I thought of you to complete this project because, you have the great skill set or you've done great in the past. And then ask them, is this something that you'd be interested in? If they say, yeah, if they accept the opportunity, work with them to nail down the specifics, like the deliverables that you want, the timeline you want, the milestones along the way that you want to see, and then make sure that you have a plan to communicate and troubleshoot along the way as well, so that you can make sure that you're properly supporting them and that they have the resources that they need. Finally, act as a consultant. Once you've agreed on the specifics of the project that you're delegating to with a person, think of yourself as their consultant. The hallmark of a good consultant is that they ask good questions and don't take projects away from their clients. Make a commitment to check in regularly, but be specific about when you're going to check in. For example, you could say, I want to be a resource to you. how do you feel about my checking with you every couple of weeks? On you could say, like, be very specific. You could say every Thursday or every second Thursday. And you want to make sure, above all, to resist solving the person's problems for them. You really want to coach them in a way that allows them to identify the possible solutions they have in front of them, and then help support them to take action towards those solutions.
We hope that you found this module on empowering others useful. Remember, there's a complete transcript of this video below, and there are downloadable takeaways that you can use offline. Also, please take a moment to leave us a comment about how you're empowering others today, or leave us a comment about how we can make this section better. Thank you.